Hello and welcome. In this video, we will introduce you to MVTec MERLIC's Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool, which is based on the Deep OCR technology of MVTec Halcon. To do this, we are taking a closer look at the application featured in the MERLIC example Read Best Before Date with Orientation.mv app. The goal of this application is to detect and read the best before dates on these pudding cups. But first, what differentiates the Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool from the traditional Read Text and Numbers tool? The Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool uses a deep learning-based approach for optical character recognition and localizes and recognizes characters more robustly, regardless of their position, orientation, and font type. It groups characters into words, reducing the risk of misinterpretation. This makes it possible to read even very heterogeneous and difficult images, like these, with nearly the same parameter configuration. As we go back to the MERLIC application, let us first inspect the tool flow. The Image Source tool acquires the images. To align our images, we use the Determine Alignment with Matching tool and the Align Image tool. As a matching model for the Determine Alignment with Matching tool, we use the upper edge of the lid, including the company logo. As you can see, the alignment of our images works flawlessly. The Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool performs the optical character recognition. Note its quick info, where you can find an overview on how to use this tool. You can see that the tool is already reading most of the text, even with default parameters and without a region of interest. This is possible due to the Detect and Read mode, which localizes the text and numbers before reading them. The results of the OCR can be viewed in the output text or by mousing over the text inside the image. The parameter Score Type Visualization, set to Character Detection, visualizes the detected characters with the Character Detection Score. The parameter value Word Connection visualizes the grouping of the characters into words with the Word Connection Score. For our use case, however, it is not necessary to apply the Deep OCR onto the whole image, because the best before date we want to read is printed at roughly the same position on every cup. The addition of a region of interest has already improved the reading results. With a region of interest tightly fitted around the best before date, we can try to set the mode of the Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool to read and skip the localization step. This reduces processing time drastically. The read mode can only read the text correctly if the defined ROIs are including exactly one line of text. In the read mode, you can also define multiple ROIs. Since we are in no need of a second ROI, let us delete it right away. Note how there is no longer a heat map in the read mode. The heat map is only accessible in the Detect and Read mode. As we step through our images, we see that due to slightly varying positions of the print, the regions of interest cannot be defined to only include one line of text. Therefore, we switch to a single, larger ROI. With the bigger ROI, we must switch back to the Detect and Read mode, because the ROI now includes two lines of text, which makes the detection step of the Detect and Read mode necessary again. After adapting the ROI and changing the mode back to Detect and Read, the Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool now works robustly for the best before dates on all images. To get only the best before date and not the line below, we use the Evaluate Expression tool. The best before date is always the first entry of the result tuple text. Here we could process our best before date even further, for example, to get only the month. Now, I quickly want to show you a different way to approach this application. By rearranging the tool flow, it is also possible to feed the alignment data from the Determine Alignment with Matching tool directly into the Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool, like this. This avoids the pixel interpolations caused by rotating the image before reading with the Align Image tool, and therefore improves reading accuracy. For this application, this improvement of reading accuracy is marginal because the text has high enough resolution, and the rotation of the image makes adapting the Read Text and Number with Deep Learning tool more comfortable. For text and numbers with less resolution, however, this change can have great impact. With a now working application, let's try to improve our processing time. First, we can turn off the heat map to save a couple of milliseconds. The most impactful change, however, is the configuration of the processing device. MERLIC's Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool not only supports CPUs and GPUs as processing devices, but also supports the deep learning accelerators TensorRT for NVIDIA GPUs and OpenVINO for Intel CPUs. With the installation of the official toolkit, OpenVINO can also be used for Intel GPUs and VPUs. Right now, we are using our GPU without any optimization as processing device. Let's change to TensorRT. Note that the Deep OCR model must be optimized every time a deep learning accelerator gets selected as processing device. This might take several minutes. The usage of the deep learning accelerators disables further adaptation of the Read Text and Numbers with deep learning. To make further changes to the tool, you must disable the deep learning accelerators by changing the processing unit back to the CPU or GPU. Therefore, it is recommended to make sure to finalize the adaptation of the application before optimizing by selecting OpenVINO or TensorRT. As you can see, we could improve processing times from about 35 milliseconds to roughly 20 milliseconds. The next and final step is to apply our application to live data. Let's go to the Image Source tool and change the source to our camera. Let us observe the results in the MERLIC front end. You can see that the application is working robustly even on live images. This concludes the video. You should now be able to use the Read Text and Numbers with Deep Learning tool for your applications. If you have feedback for us regarding MERLIC, feel free to send it to us via the feedback button in the top right corner. Thank you for watching.